What's going on, guys? Welcome back to some more Avatar Standard, and today we're going to be taking a look at Pixie, which is a deck that has been, on the verge of being a very, very good deck in Standard, and I think that Avatar has a couple of new upgrades that I think are going to make a pretty big impact for Pixie players moving forward. So let's kind of go over those new upgrades here. So the first one, which this card seems to be going in basically every single deck that I can get my hands on, is Aang Swift Savior. 3 mana for a 2/3 with both flash and flying. When it enters, you can airbend a spell, and then you can waterbend 8 to flip it. Flips into a 5/5 with reach and trample. Whenever it attacks, you put a counter on each tapped creature you control. So Aang is very powerful because it is mostly what you're playing it for is the flexibility. You can tempo your opponent's spell out where, they spend 3 or 4 mana on a card. You Aang it, which basically means they have to spend an additional 2 mana on a following turn to be able to cast it. But also, it can sort of protect your creatures from removal spells, where if they go to kill one of your, say, Pixies or Kirins, you can use Aang in response, target your own thing to airbend it, and then on a later turn, you can then pay 2 mana to play the Pixie, pick up one of your permanents, and kind of go from there. What it also does is, again, because of the fact that you can target your own thing, it actually gives you more double spell opportunity, where if you have a Pixie in play and an Aang, normally you wouldn't be able to double spell, but if you go Aang, pick up the Pixie, then you play the Pixie, that's your second spell for Zenith. The Pixie then gets to pick up a permanent, and then that could be one of your 2 spells on a following turn. So it really does give you some added not flexibility, but redundancy with Zenith, and it makes Zenith a lot more powerful. Couple of other one-ofs here. We're trying out 1 Appa and 1 Airbender Ascension. These are kind of the flex spots. I'm not entirely sure if these are actually that good. More specifically, Appa, which is a powerful card, but given the fact that the mana constraints are a little awkward, where, we only have 15 white sources, so potentially getting double white can be a little tricky at times. But that being said, Appa is very powerful because this one allows you to airbend any number of other target non-land permanents. So this one, unlike Aang, can actually target your Nowhere to Runs and Momentum Breakers. So it is a 4 mana card, and again, double white's a little tough, but it does seem like it has a lot of utility as far as one-ofs are concerned. And also 3/4 flash flying body, not that bad. And then Airbender Ascension, similar thing where, this one only hits creatures similar to what Aang does, but this one also has some utility where, once you have 4 counters on this, you can start flickering something every single turn. So if you have, say, a Kirin, for example, and you have an Ascension online, you can use the Ascension to flicker the Kirin end step. The Kirin can then bounce Breaker or Nowhere to Run, and then get you more value off of that. And then the last new card that we have here is Boomerang Basics, and the more decks that I play with this card, the more that I realize this is going to be a very, very good card, definitely a meta player moving forward. Very simple card. It's 1 mana sorcery bounce spell, but if you control the permanent, you draw a card. So when combined with stuff like Talent and Breaker and Nowhere to Run, which you kind of want to bounce those anyways, you not only get to get the, reuse your permanent, similar to what Pixie does, but you're up a card instead of a 2/2 body. So depending on the matchup, that can be good, or, that can be better or worse. Sometimes you'd want to, race with Pixie, but other times when you're playing a lot longer games, you want the Boomerang. Also, Boomerang allows you to kind of go, quote unquote, infinite with Talent, where, if you remember, back when This Town Ain't Big Enough was still legal, you could set up town loops where you go town, bounce your talent, talent level up, pick up the town, so on and so forth. And you can basically do the same thing with Boomerang Basics. So it kind of gives this deck just even more late game, which it kind of already had before, but now it even has a more sort of defined late game, which is very powerful. As far as the things that we're bouncing, 2 Relic, 2 Breaker, 4 Nowhere, I think 4 Nowhere is very important because this is also, one of your most important cards against the Omniscience deck to be able to fight over Kona, and specifically removing the hexproof against Kona is extremely important against things like, I think it's Lost in the Maze, which is the blue enchantment that gives their tapped creatures hexproof. So that is pretty much it for the main deck. I have one copy of Defiled Crypt. This is just kind of wanted another 1-mana spell that, you know, this can pick up creatures like Kieran and Pixie, and, you know, specifically with Pixie, you can kind of keep looping it over and over again. Kind of touched on the mana base a little bit. You know, I wish it was better. It's funny because this is one of the few color combinations that gets to play 8 Shocklands right now, until we get the other ones from Lorwyn. But even with 8 Shocklands, like, the mana constraints in this deck is pretty rough sometimes, especially with Boomerang Basics, because if you want to go Boomerang Basics into Talent in the same turn, that's a double blue play. So keep that in mind when you're sequencing your lands. And then in the sideboard, yeah, the mana is a little awkward, but I wanted to try out Avatar's Wrath because I think this card is very, very powerful, allowing you to airbend all of your pixies. Like, say, for example, you keep Zenith in play. You airbend a bunch of your pixies and Kirans to then just go again, and then they can't play their stuff for a whole turn. So you get to continue getting value off of Kirans and pixies, but they have to wait an entire extra turn to replay their stuff. And then, you know, just kind of normal pixie cards, Graveyard Hate, counter spells, discard, etc., etc. So nothing else too crazy in the sideboard. But, you know, I had a really good time playing this Pixie deck. We had a very, very good record, so I'm very excited to kind of show you this. And, you know, if you're interested in playing some Pixie, this is definitely something you're going to want to consider moving forward. So without further ado, I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Of course, CoolStuffInc.com has cool stuff in stock. They always do. What if I bought 4 Fire Magics instead of buying 4 Cubs? Well, I already own Fire Magic, so... Okay. Well, you know, if I could cast my spells, this hand would be good, but we'll live in hypotheticals, I guess. Okay. Alright. I'm on the draw. I mean, this hand plays. Can Boomerang the Nowhere to Run? No. The Esper mana's fine. I mean, Esper gets to play... Esper is one of the few decks that gets to play 2 Shocklands, so... I think the Esper mana's fine. Do they have ink? I don't know how many other people watch... I don't know how many other people watch Simo videos, but... Simo's ad read for Cool Stuff Inc. is just like, it's so funny. It's like the corniest thing ever, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's so corny that it's like kind of funny, you know? Yeah, epic pen writing. Ink. It's just so random. Ink. I don't know why I main phased that. I can't really tell you why I main phased that. I mean, I was going to kill it at some point, but... These boomerangs are going to be nice at some point. Maybe not now, but eventually. I mean, Boomerang Relic is as close to draw 3 as you're going to get for 1 mana, you know? Alright, Life Gain Andrew over there. I feel like I should probably kill that, so I'm going to do that. I guess I'll kill it all. Alright, your turn. Secret tunnel! Have I ever launched a real boomerang? Believe it or not, yes, I have, actually. I went to Australia, like, a long time ago when I was a wee young lad. And, I'm just gonna do this. And yes, I have launched a boomerang before, like an actual factual boomerang. Dude, Australia is really dope. I don't remember a ton of it because it was like, I went when I was in like a very, very young child, so the amount of what I remember from that trip is very, very minimal. But from what I remember, it was a really fun country to visit. Starting tone. Did it come back? After a couple of tries. Definitely not the first time, but, you know. It's all, like, things like that. Everything in life is just trial and error. You know? Like, you're not always going to get the right pixie shell on the first go, but sometimes you do this and everything is fine, you know? It's all in the wrist. See, that's what they want you to believe. That's what they want you to believe. It's actually all in the shoulder. Like when you go to throw the boomerang, it's the shoulder. That's what matters the most. It's all in the waist. I'm not really sure that it is. Secret tunnel! Alright, and here we see a streamer in his natural habitat of bullying a black-white starter deck yet again. Why does he do this every single stream, man? I mean, look, I'll say this. I can't select my opponents, you know? Just play the Wraths against them. I'll try this. I don't pick the opponents that I get to play against, you know? It's just, if you happen to join the queue at the same time, then, you know, rip Ozo. I mean, I'm kind of trying to say that it's Arena's fault. Alright, we'll draw a White Source. Or we won't. Yo, the boomerangs came up pretty big that game, though. Boomerangs were pretty nice. Basically just, like, kill spell, draw card both times. I do think Boomerang is quite good in this deck. It's kind of like a White Source. That's rough, buddy. Yo, 3 mana, 3, 2. Let's go. I'm going to choose to be a little mana efficient here. Mana efficiency. All right, I believe in Winoch. You can't spell Winoch without win. Got 2 mana. Very sus 2 mana open. Pretty sure it's nothing. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it's nothing. I'm 100% positive that it's nothing. Okay, I mean, that might as well be nothing, right? Pew pew! God, the boomerang is just so good, man. Just don't play a 5/5. I'm gonna need you to not play a 5/5 creature right now. Yeah, I guess that works, right? I don't want to just randomly die to the stupid 5/5 or whatever. Although I guess the 5/5 by itself doesn't kill me. It would have to be like 5/5 plus gain life land. Can I get a That's Rough Bunny? Ah! No, it really is Rough Bunny. Bro. Uh, you know, a little awkward, isn't it? A little awkward. I mean, I just find a spell off this, right? Yeah, maybe hitting with Anchorage is better. I can cycle the Relic if I want to. Yeah, I probably should have just attacked with the Anchorage that turn. Put them to 5. Next turn, Zenith, Relic, make tokens. Was hoping that I would draw a spell, but, you know. Chat hasn't looked at the colors of the lands. Oh, I actually haven't either. That's actually a good point. I knew that the whole time. This was your test. Some people in the chat have passed the test. Not all, though. Only some people. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, I'm in danger. I am in danger. Oh, wait, this thing has flying? I forgot this card had flying. They definitely won't block. This is just the sickest bluff of all time. Look at that. It's an easy 3 damage right there. Easiest 3 damage in my life. Okay, does that kill me? I don't know if that kills me. I think it does. Alright, it does. That's why they didn't block it. I can't even concede! I'm pressing escape and they let me out of here! I'm in hell! Literally will not let me concede. Get me out of here, man. Well, it appears that I maybe have underestimated the strength of my opponent's deck. Perhaps a little underestimated. Okay, well, I'm not going to do that for game 3. I've learned the error of my ways. And I will not make the same mistake in game 3, okay? That I can promise you. I did get that free 3 damage in, though. That was the greatest 3 damage I've ever gotten in my life. Right.
That's rough, buddy.
Yep. Well, you know. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Healer's Hawk. Alright, I would prefer to draw a white source of mana. Please and thank you. Just one singular white source of mana. I did, yes. I got my cabbage emote yesterday. I guess I have to bounce the talent here. Under pressure. But it's like, you know, yes, I have the cabbage emote, but like, I'm not gonna give up Appa just for the cabbage, you know? Like, surely Appa's better than the cabbage emote. It's gotta be, right? It's a block for me. Alright, bad news, they have 4 spells in hand. Good news, we have no spells in hand. I think that might be part of the bad news, but I haven't decided. That creature cannot block. Okay, well, it also can't attack now. Can't block or attack. Interland Sanctifier. Quattro. Yeah, I mean, I'll save the talent. Good job, Boomerang. Easy. Oh, is it just because Appa's too goddamn big? Just a big chonker. It blocks the end of the rope. Actually, what's happening is that Appa is eating the rope. It's not blocking the rope, it's just having a snack over there, you know? Is there a timeout count on the bottom? Well, I mean, there's like the total number of timeouts down there, but I don't think that's the same thing, is it? Speaking of Appa, I guess I kind of wish I believed in the boy. Ah! I wish I simply just believed in the homie. Eh. Airbend up to 1 target creature. Maybe we should be playing more Appas. Maybe normalize. Show up at my land first. Sheesh. Dude, he's popping off. Is absolutely going out of his mind. Okay. Blue, white lessons, huh? I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. I don't actually know what the white lessons are. I think there's like the 2 that I know. It's 1 mana pump spell and then 2 mana airbend a thing. I think those are the only 2 that I know. Yeah, it's like 2 mana airbend and 1 mana pump spell. I don't think they're playing +2/+2. Split up authority, kind of a combo. I kind of just want more cards, man. I kind of just want more cards. Could have picked up a talent there, but like, when in doubt, just draw more cards. Look at it this way, right? If towards the end of the game, if I have more cards in hand than my opponent, that means I've won. You know? Like, you don't actually have to kill your opponent, you just have to draw more cards than them. Tishana's Tide Binder. You can have that, that's fine. I don't really know why I'm main facing this, but... I mean, I'm gonna do it anyways, but no reason to main phase that. But you wanted them to lose the game? Allegedly. This might even be a game where I just, like, level up, just go to level 2 for no reason. The 2 normalize. Well, I mean, they had 2 mana up, so it wouldn't have mattered, right? 3, 6, 7. Eh. Go. Impulse. I'll let you have Impulse. Wait, did I say the thing? You gotta cut that shit out, man. Killing me. That's a 6/5. Huh. That is definitely a 6/5. Okay, that's fine. That is a 6/5 creature. I repeat, 6/5 creature? No, there's no reason to hang it. They just play it for 2 mana. You'll see what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a counter on it. And then I'm gonna tragic it. I think. Oh yeah, they can also just play it for 0 mana. Right, because it gets discounted from exile. I forgot that's how that worked. All right, go. Kind of a little bit worried about them having a second terror. Oh. You know... End it? No, I'm just gonna kill it. Yeah, I can respond to the trigger. Although I guess it would have only been... No, it would have been a 6/6, right? Yeah, so respond to the trigger. Yeah, nowhere in response to the trigger is pretty funny. Tips for your nerves for the RC? Just drink a lot of water. It's probably the best advice I can give you. You fool! Haha, you fool! God, Aang is so good against creature lands. It's disgusting against creature lands. You can cast your land from exile if you'd like. It's not the first time that I've done that, but it's so good. So good. Alright, well. 2 mana draw 3 is kind of tough. This game got a little bit more complicated. Yeah, drink water and bring a small stick of deodorant. Their deck is pretty cool. I just want to know what other lessons they have besides these two. It's like, I can't imagine that just having Wisdom and Boomerang is enough to support Wisdom. Like, you probably need at least a couple other lessons, right? Destroy target attacking creature. No. Oh, that's true. They can still play the red-blue rummage one because it's red or blue. It's a good point. So yeah, they have the rummage card and then I guess I will let this happen. And then Aang the Pixie. think this is good, right? Yeah. Gain all your stupid life. 13. Get this out of here. Pixie, pick up. What do we pick up here? Part of me wants to pick up Nowhere to Run, because they have another anchorage. Oh, okay. They answered my question for me. Alright, well, I guess we're not picking anything up then. Yeah, how about instead of picking up one permanent, we just pick up all the cards? I mean, that works for me. Alright, so they're like blue-white, Wisdom, Serpent. So I probably want Rest in Peace, right? Probably want, like, Rip. What do they have for creatures? They have Tishana's, Wan Shi Tong, and the Serpent. It's like, which of these kill spells do I want against them? I guess Ascension kind of counts as a kill spell. Wrath seems bad. Like, Pierce Duress maybe is okay. The threats don't seem terrible. Kaido's okay. I don't know, man. I think I could maybe make an argument for a lot of these cards. Yeah, maybe only one Rest in Peace. I like the Angs. I like all this stuff. Maybe just cut this stuff. Keep Breaker because it kills Serpent. Maybe keep in 2 of these because it also kills the Anchorage. And then we can do, like, Kaido's and maybe 1 Pierce. Try that. I don't know. Just kind of clicking buttons at random. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, they're probably playing Aang. They're probably playing both Aang and Appa, if I had to guess. This deck does seem good against control, yeah. What? I kind of still want to keep it, though. Like, any single white source in this hand pops off, and we still have both of these to cast. I'm going to keep it. I believe. I believe. Okay, I now believe a little bit less. What is opponent cooking? There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Is Pixie strong again? I think it is. I think this deck is doing a lot of good stuff. The Boomerang basics are really, really good. I've liked them a lot. It's just a super flexible card. It's like the fact that your interactive piece also happens to function pretty well as a Pixie. It just gives you a lot more flexibility in the things that you can do. So I think it makes a lot of sense in this deck. And Aang has also felt very, very good. I'm not sure about the Ascension, and I'm not sure about the Appa. Those are kind of the flex spots here. But both Boomerang and Aang are both, I think, very good in this deck. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, kind of... It feels like, so far it feels like this card has felt a little win more, where once you, like, you play it, and then you have to have 4 creatures enter the battlefield before it does something. And I think it feels a little win more to me, you know? That's kind of where my head's at. But it certainly has its upsides. Because it can also just clear blockers too, and you can, like, reset your Pixie with it. It does some good things. Yeah. Yeah, you can, like, flicker Kieran and then hold up Kieran on their turn. Split up. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, Quench makes sense. That's a lot of Pixies, bro. In the biz, we call that Pixietron. What's that enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep if you have 1 in your graveyard, 1 in play, 1 in your hand, 1 in exile? That's, like, basically what we're doing right now. I forget the name of that card. It's not Hedron Archive. Hedron Alignment? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Hedron Alignment. We are assembling Pixie Alignment. It's the new strategy. I mean, the Simic players feel like they have Badger Mole alignment. Like, they just draw 3 a game, you know? By the way, that card, I played a little bit more with the Simic deck last night. I had a lot of people just concede to me on turn 2 when I played Badger Mole. People seem to already hate it. We might be in for a little Badger Mole winter here. That deck is really stupid. Yeah. I mean, that is the definition of rough, buddy, you know?
That's rough, buddy.
That is exactly rough, buddy. Personally, for me, if you go back and kind of look at, like, the trajectory of Standard over the past couple of... like, trajectory of Standard over the past 5-6 months or so, given how, you know, we've essentially been dominated by an Izzet deck for the better part of the entire year of 2025, like, I kind of think that it's... I don't know, maybe the green cards are a little too powerful, but I can at least appreciate the fact that, you know, there's a new good deck, and green is finally playable again. Like, that I can appreciate. It's only been 9 months of Spire Bluff Canal. And don't worry, I have an Izzet deck ready for you today, so just in case you thought that we weren't gonna play any Spire Bluff Canals, don't worry, I got you Izzet mages covered. There's more where that came from.
That's rough.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Is that an Unagi of Kyoshi Island? New card spotted. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw 2 cards. It's just Consecrated Sphinx, isn't it? It's Consecrated Sphinx with Flash. Yeah, and Ward. God. Consecrated Sphinx rolling over in his grave right now. More like adult fairy mastermind. Maybe that's a better way to put it. Well, no, Sphinx triggered off of, yeah, just any card they drew, you know. I don't remember. Did people play Consecrated Sphinx in Constructed? I want to say they did in, like, the blue-black control decks. I think they did. Yeah. But wasn't this also the same format where you could play Cobblade? And I feel like trying to cast a 6-mana creature against the Cobblade deck is maybe not the best idea, you know? Perhaps not where you want to be. Nowhere to run. You know what's really funny about Cobblade? Is that even after Stoneforge Mystic and Jace got banned, people still tried to play with, like, Squadron Hawk and equipments. They just weren't searching it with Stoneforge, which is just, like, the funniest shit ever to me. They're like, you know, as actually, Squadron Hawk is so good that we're just gonna fucking put it in our deck anyways. What do I do? I'm having a hard time figuring out what to do. Could ang this. Sounds kind of bad, though. If I ang this, they just get to cast it for 2 mana. I could bounce it. Could just bounce it and draw a card, maybe. And then hope they don't have land plus 1 drop. Yeah, let's do that. Because that also gets me a little bit closer to, like, actually finding an edict for it. I think I like this. Although, I guess now we can't trigger our Zenith because I lost my 1 drop. I don't know if that was right. They should reprint Squadron Hawk in Standard. I mean, nobody would play it if they reprinted it. Yeah, okay, so I guess I can ang the Zenith in response to their first spell. Yeah, I guess we're doing that, huh? And then we just hope they don't have an instant speed spell that they can cast. Yeah, I know it doesn't work if they have an instant, but... What? I guess I'll do this. Huh? Do they just not have spells? I think I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling. Surely they're gonna cast a spell right now, right? Nope. Nope. Okay, this turn they're definitely gonna play 2 spells. A most helpful Weaver. Just let this go. And then ang the token. Like, they're gonna make Zenith tokens this turn, but I think that's okay. Less okay now. Bounce the Weaver. The Weaver! If I just go double Zenith. Zenith, make tokens. And just big chillin'. I think I'm in. And then I'm going to assume that we are favored because we have 2 Cosmogran Zeniths and they only have 1. Therefore, I believe that We are a big favorite to win the game. Okay. Now we're even. Go. Do. What are they gonna do, Wrath me? You know.
That's rough, buddy.
Okay. Well, that can't kill my 2/4 creature. Haha. 2/4 creature. Got him. Oh. So they have another one. So basically, what you're saying is I can't win. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me that I cannot win the game. Touche. I mean, that doesn't help. Got a boomerang. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4, pick up boomerang. Kill Pixie, bounce relic, make tokens. Kind of works. Right? 3, yeah, it works. Boomerang basics. Could also draw tragic. Yeah, no tragic kind of sucks. 5. Kill this. Maybe have to block with Zenith this turn. I mean, I don't know if we can survive. Surprised there's no detect intrusions in the 75. I mean, intrusion is decent with Pixie and Kieran. Maybe it's worth it. It's also pretty good against the Cavero deck. Might be worth playing. That doesn't look very good for me.
That's rough, buddy.
I would say this is a winnable game. I think this is an extremely winnable game. Two, 4, 7? 7 mana, so 2 for Kieran, 2 for Nowhere, kill their Kieran. 2, 4, 5. Yeah, and then I can go chump chump. Okay, alright, alright. So we can go Relic first. And if I had the Avatar's Wrath in the main deck, I'd feel a little bit better about this game. All right, see, if you ignore the life totals, if you just pay no attention to the number at the top of your screen and the number at the bottom of your screen, then we're fine. Okay. As it turns out, we were actually not fine. Nobody could have seen that coming, though. Okay, all right. So, Wrath my ass. I mean, these 4 toughness creatures got to be good, right? I don't even know if I want Kaido against them. Kind of don't. Breakers kind of shit. I feel like this is maybe not a Crypt matchup. Got the Ascension, maybe? Kind of slow. Let's try this. Which one is the legal name? Is the legal name Spider Sense or Detect Intrusion? Like, technically speaking, I'm not positive. Like, honestly, could go either way. Spider Sense is the legal name. It's the legally distinct name.
That's rough, buddy.
Who would win, Cryogen Relic or Tiny Bone Strands Up? Place your bets now. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So they're going to cast Tiny Bones every turn, and I'm going to cast Relic every turn. I don't know if this is a battle they want to fight. I really don't know if this is a battle they want to try and fight. I mean, they're going to try and fight the battle, but I feel like eventually they're going to stop doing that. My guess is this turn. I'm taking the bones, to be honest. All right, we can stop casting Relic for a turn, I guess. For one single turn, I can stop casting Relic, but I'm gonna do it again next turn. I promise you. Nowhere to run. Dead. It's probably supposed to do this on my turn, so they can't Kieran it. Yeah, it was kind of loose. All right, small mistake. Very, very small mistake. You could say a minor mistake. All right, question chat. Is there a land on top of my deck? I think there is. Easy. Easy. Honestly, maybe I should have not attacked. Because I think the only way I lose this game is them breakering the Acolyte. Like, I get a 2-2 off of it, but if they have, you know, nowhere plus breaker in hand, then they can get the Acolyte. Yeah, I don't know. They have breaker. Well, I'm getting a 2-2 either way, so if they just have breaker, it doesn't matter. Right? Okay. So, attack didn't matter. Attack did not matter. Let's go 6, so I can go do it this way. Pick up boomerang, boomerang this. Tragic here. All right. Okay, so my opponent has nothing in play, 1 card in hand, and I have 5. It really is anyone's game, you know? I believe in them. I think Donkeyfish can do it. I think they can do it. Zenith. Just go Zenith Breacher tap land. I guess they could draw Wrath.
That's rough, buddy.
All right, game 3. Run it back. That's rough, buddy. Can I beat one single Pixie? Turns out the answer is yes. I can beat one single Pixie. Probably surprised to hear that, but Secret Tunnel! How is this deck versus Dimir? I don't think it's the Dimir matchup you have to worry about. I think it's the Simic matchup. Pixie historically has been pretty good against Dimir. Like I'm comfortable playing this deck against Dimir. It's the Simic matchup, which I think is like, I mean, as basically the same thing as every deck against Simic, where it's like very play draw dependent. But you know, I think historically Pixie has been favored against Dimir. Like you're doing a lot of similar things to that they are in terms of playing a mid-range game, but you're both more aggressive and have a better late game, you know? So it's like I don't really know what Dimir's advantage is in the matchup, if at all, you know what I mean? Voice of Victory. Okay, alright, that's a card. That's a card. Yeah, I guess it's Curiosity. Curiosity is maybe the one card that gives you a little bit of trouble. But assuming you can kill the rest of their stuff, then, you know, nowhere to run on the Curiosity is still fine. Because if you can nowhere and tragic the rest of their creatures, then like, just keep the board clear. Don't try not to fall too far behind. Which again, I think is not that difficult to do with tragic and nowhere. Sun Pearl Kieran. Kieran pickup voice is kind of cute. Kind of sexy. How about the boomerang? That's pretty good too. I think I would have preferred a boomerang, but I'll settle for a nowhere. This game is still closer than it looks, maybe, because they have Soulstone. I don't really have much left. I mean, I have these Zeniths, but Zenith not doing much here, you know? I can't really attack. I saw somebody in Croaky stream today suggest Gruul Badger Mole because you can use Breakout to find Badger Mole, and I don't really know what the rest of that deck would look like, but that sounds kind of hot. I don't want to just bounce their Soulstone. Is that too aggressive? Activate talent, pick up Boomerang, Boomerang, bounce Soulstone, hit for 6. They trade for an Otter, take 4. Yeah, if I Avatar's Wrath the Soulstone, they can't get the Soulstone back. But the problem with Avatar's Wrath is, like, if I target Zenith and their last card is a Shoot the Sheriff, I kind of get owned. Although I think if they had Shoot the Sheriff, they probably would have cast it by now. I think I'm just going to bounce the Soulstone instead. I think I like that line. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, wait! Bounce the Soulstone, he says. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Okay, well, I like this line a little bit less now, huh? Considering that it doesn't work. It actually doesn't work. It's alright, we're fine. I mean, I kind of wanted to bounce the talent anyways, but... yeah, that's a paper-only play. Okay, I think their last card is nowhere to run. That's why they're making this attack. I'm not going to fall for it, though. So we go... Cosmogrind. Just going to go double counters. I don't know how they get out of this. Yeah, I mean, they have to do this now. Yeah, I mean, I can Wrath next turn, which also sets up lethal, right? Just like Wrath choose one of the 4-power Zeniths. Do what you gotta do, right? Alright. I was like, I don't know where we're going with that, but... Keep. TV's off, by the way. TV's always off. Simic is hype. I played so much Simic, man. Alright, well, we get to see how this matchup is. God, am I bouncing Jean? I think I'm just gonna bounce the Talon, honestly. I think it's gotta be bounce Talent. Try and get him dead. This card's not gonna do shit against Simic. Alright, we just have to hope they do not have the Cub. If they have Cub, we're definitely in trouble, but... Simic in a week will be boring. I'm already bored of it. Alright, no Cub. So we're not literally just dead. It's a good sign. I enjoy not being just dead on turn 2. The Might, huh? I haven't seen the Might in a little bit. I kind of like the Might. Why do we run Defiled Crypt over Surgical Suite? It's just cheaper for the Zeniths. Cheaper for like when you want to boomerang it too. Just a more mana efficient card. I don't want to kill any of the creatures. I just want to do this. I think we can race, right? Hit for 4 this turn, they go to 13. And next turn, we get to go Zenith Crypt. And then this will be an attack for 12. I think we can win this race. Okay, so yeah, they probably have Ouroboros. But the good news is they have to tap a lot of their stuff if they play Ouroboros. Right? Eh, maybe not that much. Do you think them blocking makes it less likely that they have the Ouroboros? Probably, right? If they had it, they probably wouldn't block there. For Ultima on the ladder to farm Simic. Yeah, Ultima, okay. Somebody explain this to me. So, Ultima, maybe I know the answer. Because Ultima kills the earthbending lands, but the Day of Black Sun does not. But I guess ending the turn is different than removing the abilities. Yeah. Yeah, Ultima ends the turn, so there's no trigger to even go on the stack. Alright, now here's the question. Tokens or counters? What do they have here? They probably have Flood Pits. If they have Flood Pits, what do I want to do? I kind of still want to go counters, to be honest. I think it might still be counters. Because counters lets me hit for 9 this turn. I mean, tokens still let me attack for 6, but... I don't know, maybe we can go tokens this turn and then counters next turn. And then tokens lets me potentially block the might too. Yeah, actually, I think tokens is better this turn. And we just go counters next turn. And they're gonna what? They're gonna flood pits probably the Kieran. Oh, they just don't have flood pits? Unless they're gonna tap the Zenith. What? Well, I didn't expect that. I guess that makes the tokens play better, right? I mean, they have to have Ouroboros. But they couldn't cast the Roid last turn. But no, they could have cast the Roid, right? If they had just left the Pop Patch in play. If they didn't block that one turn. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. That's the best draw on the deck right there. Holy... Oh my goodness. Actually the best draw on the deck, not even remotely close. That was insane. That was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So they block a 4, they're dead. Oh, mustard! Alright, game 1 versus Simic in the books. Simic Bozo defeated. Crypt out, Appa out. Bobble in, Wrath in. Mustard! Relic out, Preacher in. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. Look, if the Simic matchup is good, this might be a real player. This might be a deck to watch out for. Because this deck historically has been really good against control and decent against mid-range. It's just like, sometimes you fall behind against the aggro decks. But if you can fix the Simic deck, man. If you can fix the Simic matchup. Yeah, I mean, it's a slightly, different variant on Simic, but... it still has a lot of the same cards, right? Like, they definitely have Cub and Ouroboros. You know? I would guess it's decent against the combo deck. Because you have, nowhere to run to break up their combo pieces. I would imagine it's decent against that deck. No chance the Simic matchup is good. Well, the question you have to ask yourself is, how good are you at winning die rolls? Because, let's be honest with each other, any deck can beat Simic when it's going first. The problem is, what do you do when you're on the draw? That's the big issue, right? Do I just have to hope they don't have the Roid? Because if I shock pass, they're just not going to play the Roid if I shock pass. It's very obvious, right? So, okay, let's think about it this way, right? Think about... don't just think about what you're doing this turn. Think about what you're doing if opponent, like... so let's assume that I shock pass, and they don't play the Ouroboros. What am I doing there, right? Probably just taking 3 and then end phasing the nowhere. Which I guess is maybe fine. Alright, I'll pass. You got owned in the Celestia Mirror on ladder today? Nice. Love to see it. What's up, Top Spreader?
That's rough, buddy.
Can I get a that's rough, buddy? I didn't think we'd get this far. I'll be honest with you. Did not think I would get this far. They also missed their land drop, too. Oh! Blue Shock Pass, huh? Could be anything. Could be literally anything. I think this is just an angle, right? An angle? I think this homebrew might be rough, buddy. Is it? Blood Piss. I got 2 in hand. Flood Piss is fine, I think. Yep. I just want to hold this up in case they have the Roid. I'm not going to hang that. I mean, they could shuffle away the Pixie, but that's fine. I'm going to go for it. Might as well make them do it, right? It's their whole turn. I am paying a lot of life here, but... about bouncing the elf there with Aang. Well, the problem is, right, if I Aang the elf there, right, if I Aang the elf and go to block the Flood Pit Surrounder, they're still going to shuffle anyways. It doesn't matter, right? Because, like, no matter what, they know they're going to lose the Flood Pits either way. So if I Aang the elf, well, I guess it ends up being the same thing, right? Aang the elf, block, and then they just do it anyways. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I'm not sure how I feel about this hand. Going second. I'm gonna keep it. Okay, my hand's a lot worse against that. Gandalf spotted. Gandalf spotted. I'm just gonna get this thing into play. Just so I can start triggering it. What's up, Shababa? How you doing today? We haven't lost yet with this deck. It's been good so far. It disappoints me they didn't make a card with old Aang and call it Boomer Aang. Well, I mean, we have Aang and we have Boomer Aang in this deck, you know? Somebody said earlier, why can't Boomerang basic lands? And it's a good question, but I don't have an answer for you. But that is an extremely legitimate question. I'm not really sure, though. Not really sure. Consulting the charts. More like consult the star charts. Anything? No? Nothing? Tough crowd, huh? Tough crowd. Look, man, when you play against Just Guy Control, you have to try and fill the dead air sometime. I can't just sit here and, like, say nothing for a half hour while they don't do anything, you know what I mean? I gotta find a way to fill the dead air somehow. Yeah. Rough crowd, buddy. True. Very, very true. Rough crowd, buddy. Oppo, would you like to take a game action at any point this game? I'll pay 3. Okay. Thanks for the free card. I'll take the free card, I guess, if you're offering. All right. At what point do I have to just like? At what point can I not play around a Wrath? Honestly, probably now, right? Like, I just can't do that much if they have a Wrath. I don't think they do. I think we're good. Yellow hat. Yellow hat. Thank you for the raid. Hat, hope you had a good stream. Welcome, raiders. We are currently getting our ass kicked by Jeskai Control. Trying out some new cards in the Pixie deck. They've been pretty good so far. Welcome, raiders. Can we get a secret tunnel for the raiders? Secret tunnel! Doom cover of Yellow Hat theme when? I'm not, let's just say I'm not the most musically gifted. I think that's the nicest way for me to put it. When it comes to music, yeah, you know. Thanks. Secret tunnel. It's Lightning Helix. Can sing this song, surely. I mean, I know the words to this song. Hello there. I guess I'll pick up Tragic. 5, 6, 7. Should play the Pixie first, I guess. Where are you? I'm not going to play the other talent, though. So it gets no more lied. Oh, okay. That would be another reason to not play the talent. Where are you? You want any spells? I guess that's good. Yeah, I mean, that's probably fine, right? Secret Tunnel Trap Remix. I mean, I'm gonna look for it on Spotify, and if I find it, then we can listen to it, but I'm gonna search Secret Tunnel. There's 4 options. One by CJ Music, one by Jeremy Zuckerman, one by Sweet Boy Kyle, and this one is just the Avatar song. Those are the options. Choose your fighter, Secret Tunnel Edition. We're definitely not going to queue them all. Of course it's a real thing. Is this like some AI shit? Come on, man. What was that? What did I just listen to? Like what what did you subject me to? What was that? Chico. 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 One, two, three, four, five, 9. I guess I do this. Are we, like, kind of still in this game? I feel like we maybe are. I wouldn't say we're favored, but I think we are not 100% dead. Oh, no counterspell? Okay, hold on. I mean, if they don't have anything in their hand, I have lethal. Oh, right. That's how that card works. Right, I forgot they could just do that, huh? Interesting. Forgot about that. Yeah, it's actually not plot. Yeah, that was not my best work. You wouldn't happen to exile and then return to the battlefield, would you? Nope. I guess we can attack with Anchorage. Yeah. What is the dragon's power and toughness? I do not want to answer that question. I think that's a trap. Wait. It's non-land permanent. It's non-land permanent, isn't it?
That's rough, buddy.
Well, if only I knew how my cards worked, you know? My streamer! My streamer! Why is it non-land? I mean, I know why it's non-land, but also at the same time, why is it non-land, you know? You couldn't just say permanent left the battlefield. You just had to specify non-land, didn't you? Just had to specify non-land. It's true. I guess it would make it too good with fetches. Fine, all right. Fine, you win. You win this time. You win this time. Christoph. I got you this game. Don't you worry about that. This hand slaps. This hand is a slapper. It's a slapper, all right. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Let's just do this. Let's get him dead. Why does it slap? I think it kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? You have been helixed? I have been helixed of the lightning variety. Stock up. I think I can beat a stock up. I think that's one of the few cards that I'm allowed to beat. Go Pixie here, because I want to hold up the counters. It's the Will Smith of hands. Stop, please. Please stop. Arena, thank you for tapping in the worst way humanly possible. Okay, I found the one way that I can lose this game. I can lose to the shuffler. I've located my opponent's true win condition. I don't know why I didn't spell pierce that. I'm just clicking buttons, man. Don't ask me what I'm doing. I'm just clicking buttons. I pretend like I know what I'm doing. Oh, I should hold on. I should do this. Actually, I know why I did what I did. Okay, it's not going to matter, but actually, no, it could matter, right? Because we go here. If we hit a spell, they're still dead. Eh. Alright, well. Yeah, deal you 6. That's actually why I cast the No More Lies, because I wanted to give myself the option to potentially kill them with a Spell Pierce on my turn. You know what I mean? So I actually did that on purpose. I knew this was going to happen the whole time. Secret Tunnel! The Keeper. Can I get an untapped blue source, please? It's not exactly. Not exactly. Secret Tunnel! Secret Tunnel. You think Kaido, do you think Kaido goes in the secret tunnel? Or do you think he comes out of the secret tunnel? If you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Secret tunnel! Me a 0. He doesn't feel very secretive for a ninja. Yeah, see, like, he doesn't really, it's not much of a secret when your opponent's going for a Kaido. Like, it's usually pretty obvious. So, yeah, I would tend to agree that he's not very secretive. I'm just gonna fucking graveyard both of these. Gonna get lost. Scorching Dragonfire. That's a tough way to do it. That is a tough way to do it. Okay. I'm just gonna play Preacher. I think that's fine. I mean, like, worst case, they Wrath me, but they don't really have a good dragon turn. Yeah, it's fine. I'm cool with that. And go here. Don't get auto-tapped. I repeat, do not get auto-tapped. Don't do that. How rough is this? Can I get a That's Rough Buddy for the Shiko? Give me a Cadaver Lab. I kind of want to just get Pixie here, actually. Yeah, fuck it. I'm in. Do this. And then go Preacher. Yeah, hold up Counterspell. Look, man, the lab does not come up very often, but when the lab is good, it's really good. Like, really, really good. Secret tunnel! Definitely nothing suspicious. Definitely not trying to get auto-tapped. Would you believe me if I told you I did not have a No More Lies in my hand? Which I feel like Chow would believe me. Guess I could have anged that, but kind of just gonna chill. I'm down to chill. Bing chillin'. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we can do this. Still hold up these two. He said the thing. He said 6, 7. But he said it again. And then he said it again. That's rough, buddy. All right. See, I'd like to think that I played that entire match perfectly, and I definitely did not screw up anything. I didn't mess up anything at all the entire match. I think that whole match was played pretty perfectly, if you ask me. I thought it was good. Can someone explain the 6-7 meme? Well, you see, every single time that somebody says 6-7 in chat, all the Zoomers go absolutely wild because, you know, well, they said 6-7, of course, it's funny. That's my explanation. That's all I got for you.